What? I just got here. We have background music already. And I hope I've figured out everything else I need. But we don't know yet, do we? Greetings. My name's Brian. Welcome to KillCo Mental Musings. Or Whiskey Musings tonight? No, this isn't really whiskey. It's fine. I see a Zen Bood. Hey ho, hey ho, hey ho, hey ho, hey ho. Sugar Key meow. Yo. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. Son of a bit. All right, close your eyes. You're gonna black out for a second. Oh, balls. Sorry, I didn't turn that off. There, nothing happened. What? Got it. All is well in the... Look what you guys did. This is supposed to be over here. I did that right. And yet when people fill it up like that, it kind of bounces, especially when the big ones show up. It just kind of annihilates it. Tends to move it when I don't want it to be moved, but it's being moved for all the right reasons, so we're good. Let us begin our adventure into ritual 0 proof. Whiskey substitute. The nicest way to put it. I'm sorry, alternative. So being alternative is better than being a substitute. So I've looked up nothing about this because that's how I do my research. By not doing it. First things first, we're going to get the ice into the glass. We're going to have a little cocktail situation here because I'm not drinking that straight. It's not what it's for. It is not designed to be drank straight. It's designed to be made in a cocktail, and that's what we're doing. However, we're making a very, very whiskey cocktail. It is an old-fashioned. It's one of my favorites. It's the one I miss the most out of all of this. There are plenty others, but this is the one I make at home. So that's what we're doing. Cool running. You're welcome. And we're making a little alternative because this is an alternative substitution. That makes sense. And we're using these nice little ice ball things that I was given in July. I haven't been using them recently for some reason. Now, the alternative I'm doing is when I realized I have no sugar at all. Made a problem for the whole sugar bitters thing. So that's it. Game over. All right. Sorry. No. I have another alternative that is an even better simple syrup. It is simpler than simple syrup because it's all natural. We have some maple syrup, 100% pure. Don't give me the fake stuff. I don't want it. And of course, we have a Luxro glass. I like this because it has a little weirdness on the bottom there. Whoa. One of them broke. It broke in the dishwasher. Not good. Was not good. You don't want glass ending up in your dishwasher. Broken glass. Ugh. I had a problem with the other part of this concoction that we're dealing with. And another problem I have right now. Getting this off was a little funny, but nothing compared to getting this off. Kathy Huey, whoa, hi, welcome. I have an abundance of Luxardo cherries, and if this is a decent enough substitute where I can make old fashions that are somewhat reasonable, you know what that was? Real sticky. That was a mistake. I got paper towels, we're all right. And gravity? Nope, okay. Ugh. Sticky syrup all over my fingers. Not from the maple syrup, from the freaking Luxardo cherry thing. Oh yeah. It is the all natural of all natural as far as what it is. But it does have to go through a process, obviously. But, again, I have no sugar. So if any neighbor comes over and says, can I borrow a cup of sugar? I say, go away. I don't have any. It's not trying to say go away. Why would I? But I don't have any. So I'm doing a teaspoon of maple syrup. Whoop, that was a little more, but that's fine. Just layered all over that. Ow. That's so good. God, that's good. God, maple syrup is amazing. I feel bad for the people who don't live near Vermont, you know, or Canada, wherever you get your maple syrup. Those are the only two acceptable places. That's not true. Oh, the other thing that's not going to happen, because again, we're doing an alternative. Usually I would have soda water with this. Like if I was making a normal one at home, I would have regular sugar cubes, which I don't have, and I would have soda water, which I also don't have. So it'd make it more of a fizzy, larger cocktail rather than just the 2 ounces of whiskey and some bitters and some sugar. So I'm really putting this to the test. So I usually don't drink a standard old fashioned. I usually fluff it up a bit. I haven't even opened this yet. So this was donated to the channel by Patrick Greeny, because of course it was, with a donation that was very generous a little while ago. I won't say when. New York State, where I grew up, actually makes more maple syrup than Vermont. Seriously? That's wild. I don't know if I like where that is. Hang on. It's a longer comment, so I'll see if I can figure it out. La 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 la. La 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 la. Oh, look, magic. Whoa. I don't want to cover the pan can thing, but I'm trying to make it feel right. I want it to feel right. There we go. And then clear it. All good. Canada does make more than the U.S. All right, we're going to read a little bit about it. Only a little bit, because ice melts. Crafted for cocktails. Reason I'm not drinking it neat. Celebrate tonight. Crush tomorrow. Blended from natural botanicals. No artificial anythings. That's nice. The true liquor replacement. Use in place of spirits. Thank you. One of the first things I saw about this that made you go, was, and this isn't terrible, was that it has a shelf life. So, where is it? Where is it? I thought it said not safe for work on here. I was like, what? I mean, yes, but didn't know they went that way. Oh, come on. I'm talking about it on stream. I gotta find where it said that. All right, ingredients. Let's go with that first. Filtered water, cane sugar. See, I don't even need the sugar. Cane sugar, natural flavors, xanthan gum, citric acid, caramel color, sodium benzoate, and potassium sorbates as preservatives. It's kind of sugar water. 1.5 ounces usually is the pour. 1 gram of sugar. Hey. 5 calories. Oh. I don't know how many calories actual whiskey is. It's probably best I don't know that. There it is. Good for 12 weeks after opening. Shelf life. Guess what doesn't have a shelf life? Well, not really. It does, but not really. No refrigeration required. But don't freeze. Don't freeze it. All right, so don't put it in the freezer. You maniacs who put things in the freezer. I put whiskey in the freezer. I don't actually put whiskey in the freezer, but it has been something I've done once or twice with nips. Just because. Keep them nice and ice cold and then drink them and then regret. You know, simple. I have some of those in there still now. That's where they shall remain forevermore. Even as a cork type thing, it's probably not a real cork, but let's see if we can get the feel. It's been a long time since I've popped a pop on a stream. Bam. Oh, wasn't that cute? Little pop. Ooh. It's got a very citrus vibe. Like, I mean, that's what caught my attention when I just opened it. It was kind of lemonade-like. Or lemon, not lemonade. Iced tea with lemonade. Or lemon. Iced tea with lemon. There we go. Or maybe lemonade. It's got something that seems like an oak impact. However, you ever have a Glencairn that you drank out of and you leave it in your table, your desk, or wherever? Leave it somewhere overnight. And then come back to it the next day. And maybe it wasn't the most expensive whiskey you've had. Like, it wasn't like the top-notch stuff that you're usually used to. Sometimes when you do that, you get a smell of it, and you're like, wow, condensation. All the waters and such have been just filtered off of it, so it's just the raw of it. That's kind of what this smells like. But it also wasn't a very good, like, bourbon. And there's still this citrus weirdness. I've smelled this kind of thing before, but not in a good way. It's basically like a cheap candle, you know, one of those where you get it at a different type of store. It's not Yankee Candle, it's somewhere else. And it says it's one thing, but it really isn't. That's bizarre. All right, smells not off-putting though. It's a little like, but it's fine. So we'll do the 2 ounces here. I'm sorry I can't show you this because that's hard to do with 2 hands being pouring here. Whoop, that's good enough. I'm gonna get annihilated. Oof. Sorry. For whatever reason, the chat's been really weird the past few times I'm streamed. It's frustrating. Very frustrating. Because if I don't... First of all, it makes me think no one's here. That's awful. And secondly, it's just not shown me that people were there. So I thought people weren't there, and then they were. And I wasn't actually seeing what they were chatting about, and I didn't get to respond, and I felt like an ass. So YouTube chat, I got my eye on you. All right, again, here we go. Lux Row. Got our maple syrup in already. Ugh. Don't spill it, don't spill it, don't spill it. There it is, thank you. Proof of the pudding. Ooh. That was pretty easy, actually. I expected it to splash everywhere. What is this? Ah. Well, I'm glad I had the paper towel here because there's some juices got out of Luxardo. Ah, it's getting everywhere. How did that get out? Probably because I turned it upside down at one point. I had to do the good old, like, whack the bottom to open this thing. It was ridiculously... I couldn't... Like, all the exercise I've been doing, I was like, there's that little bit of... It's like, I'm not an old man. I can do this. I got it. I got it. I did get it. Very important, as I said, that I am able to do something to use my El Claro cherries. I'm sad about it. As for bitters, we have another twist. I'm using regular bitters, because screw the other ways. There are no fake bitters I want to deal with. Using these is a minuscule amount of alcohol, because it's just a dash. And I use 2 of them. I use the orange bitters, because it's orange. And then I use the regular Angostura bitters. I hear there are better bitters out there, but I haven't had those bitters yet. Bitter. Aromatic bitters. These are 44.7% and 28%. Now reduce that down to almost nothing, and there you have it. I'll do 1 dash of each of these. I haven't dashed in a while, so good enough. And then 1 of orange, because sometimes they use an orange citrus thing. They go like over the top of it and leave that little fancy bit with you. But I'm not doing that because oranges are a pain. I don't even like oranges. Ugh. A dash of each. All good. Fooled you. There's now I've almost made it a real alcoholic beverage by adding 2 dashes of alcohol. I'm going to stir this real quick. I didn't show you this thing. I'm a professional bartender because I have one of these. Whoa. This is just me making a drink for myself now. I still don't know how to do this. Like, I know you're supposed to spin it or twirl it or something. And I can never do it right. Because I don't know what I'm doing. That explains it. I don't know how you're supposed to do this, but I am caressing my ball. Ice ball. So you see what I'm doing with my other hand? It's fine. All right. Again, these are really nice. Like if you want to get yourself some ice ball things. Why am I talking about balls tonight? You could get these little dealies. Stood, not shaken. Exactly. They're really good. Fuzzo? Not sponsored. I'm just saying these are, they work. See it? One big little ice ball. Actually, can't see it. There it is. There it is. Where's the camera? There we go. It just works. It works for what I want. It's not too difficult. Etc. Etc. Oh, I forgot. Ooh. One of my little tricks is to... Oh, I didn't put it in. That's why. So, Luxardo cherry into glass. Pour a little bit of the juices in there, too. Should I have two? Oh, you say I should. Okay, well, thank you. I agree. Now, this will make this a cocktail no matter what. Like, I will like this no matter what now. It has Luxardo cherries in it. I am easy to please. Oh, yeah. Now we stir it a little more. One more time. Just a little. Because there are cherries in there now. I don't want to fucking smash them together. I feel so happy I got to make a fake cocktail. Mocktail. Sorry. It has a name. It has a name. Let's hope no more juices start going all over the place. I'm more than a little perturbed about that because this stuff is sticky. If you didn't know, it is. Also, stay tuned for later streams. I have a puzzle here. I'm going to do it on stream. We're going to break out the hand cam again. My fingers are so pretty. I need a manicure first. Why not? As much as I like the idea of a manicure to make your fingers look okay, as far as like close-ups and filming and such, because this is what happens, I don't like doing that. What a shock. I don't like having people. I don't touch my hands. All right, here we have it. The mocktail cocktail. This does not look great in my hands like this, but there you go. Yeah, it's about as good as it's going to get. Vanna White. There we go. It looks like one. As far as will it pass the taste test, we don't know yet. Ah! I have bitters everywhere. Some napkins I haven't used. Actually, I think that was some of the bitters. Yeah, music vibing tonight. I hope you all can hear it just fine. We still haven't figured out the mystery of where is it coming from officially. Because with my gaming situation, the desktop audio is heard by you. But for whatever reason, the background music I have that's playing on my computer is not going through in the same way. So it's going through the speakers, but you can't hear it. Like if I do this. Do you hear anything? You shouldn't, because it's not working. Pain in the butt. There we go. So now you just hear what I hear through my microphone. Not exactly the way I want to do it, but hey, it works. Also, GoFundMe's still going, 75% complete. Help. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everyone you know. Tell people on the freaking streets about the whiskey prizes they can have. And have them enter, because we are so annoying. It's like the subscriber count right now. It's right there. The subscriber count is less than 75%, but it's just like right there. I gotta try to get 70 something odd people to subscribe within the next month and a few weeks. Ugh. More importantly, also, 1 week from today is when the GoFundMe ends. Keep that in mind. If you want to donate a prize, if you know someone who you think should donate a prize, whatever. Anyone who wants to donate anything, that's still an option. Just got to get in touch. I know other channels sometimes do that, but I don't like to hound people. All right, enough of that. There we go. Cheers, everyone. Let me know what you're drinking, whatever it is. I'm drinking this, obviously. It has an oddly familiar smell. I can't place it though, other than like not great whiskey. It's got vibes of like an old pub, and whiskey's been spilled there enough times where it just sticks around. Local microbrew. Give me the beer. No, don't do that. I have my beero. And if you really want to make me happy, you can donate $5 10 times during this stream, and I can have a beero on stream. I might have one after the stream anyway, but we don't know. I haven't decided yet. All right, cheers. Down the hatches, they say. Well, that was weird. Water Wednesday, Evan, your mock. Oh, envy it? Well, it's not great. The problem that I found immediately. It does something weird. It's got like. It feels like some kind of weird fake smoke is added to make it sort of ashy, but not in a good way. Not that ashy is a bad way, but you know what I mean. And it got locked in at the back of my tongue. It was that weird feeling. It was sort of a fake smoke, ashiness. The big problem with it, and I can fix this. I have a plan. But the texture of it's all off. Like whiskey has a certain viscosity. This is what it is. It does not have any viscosity. It is just liquid. I'll take another sip. You can always buy your own bottle, Zenbood. Polar seltzer water. It's funny that a non-whiskey is hard to describe because it's so odd. It does this, again, it does this weird thing in the back that's not good. It's just kind of, what is that? It's kind of botanical. Which again, that's what's in here. You should check. Blech. Check the ingredients again. Filtered water. First problem. Cane sugar. Good thing. Natural flavors. That's vague. Xanthus, gum, citric acid, caramel coloring. It's all very like standard stuff. So I'm wondering what it is that caused this flavoring. Like natural flavors. Extremely vague. I believe it has. Yeah. Here we go. Blatant lies. All the oak, vanilla, caramel, and soul-warming heat of whiskey without the alcohol or calories. When you're driving, dieting, training, making a baby, that's okay, that's a little more. While you're doing it, have a drink of this. Taking a break, staying up late, getting up early, or just have stuff to do. I like that idea. Like, again, the whole adventure I find myself on now is wanting to be a part of things, but knowing I'm not going to be a part as everyone else is a part of it while they consume alcohol. Yay. Oh, good news. I went to Savers today. I saw the bowls I donated, the bowls and plates I donated were on the shelf, as was the really garbage coffee bean grinder that I had that I didn't want, so I sent it to them. They had it for like $12. I was like, it's bad. It's not good. It's clean, it works, but it's not good. I feel a little bad for the person who buys that for $12. Like, ah. Anyway, I was there to buy silverware because I need a few new ones. Since I also gave away a bunch of silverware with all the plates and stuff I dropped off. I didn't like them because they were like heavy, ceramic-y stuff, so they got hot when you put them in the microwave. It sucked. Same with the cups. I got a lot of teacups that went with it. Coffee mugs, really. Anyway, distracting. Let's see what happens if I add a little more maple syrup. Maybe that'll fix it. Yeah, not terrible, but it's not making me go in for another sip. A little more maple syrup. Basically, I'm just making a sugar drink at this point. And it has sugar in it, which is funny. And we'll add a little bit more Luxardo cherry juice, which is also just sugar. So the calorie thing on this is just vanishing very quickly. I'm going to try to pour a little bit of this in. This is probably a mistake. There we go. That's plenty. Let's watch that stuff get all over the place. Because we got to find portions here. I'm wondering if it... Nah, it can't be the bitters. The bitters aren't what's making it taste weird. I know what bitters taste like. They're non-existent, honestly, in this drink. Yeah, I'll do a couple extra, another dash or two of that. There's got to be a way to fix this. I have a whole bottle of it. I'm glad I didn't drink it neat. And I'm never going to drink it neat. With this taste I have right now of how weird this is. I'm going for another dash of bitters. I'll lay off the orange because I only like so much of the orange stuff. That's only for an accent, really. 2 more dashes of Angostura. Again, minuscule amounts of alcohol, I know. I guilt myself more than anyone else could. Like, you're drinking alcohol. Like, bullshit. No, I'm not. I like the color I'm getting on this now. Adding a little more Angostura juice to it and such. Just making sure stuff's in it. Okay. I was like, if there's sediment on the bottom, I don't think I'm going to be able to drink any of this. There isn't. I thought there was. You guys are doing Water Wednesday. You're good people. Being sober. How odd. I don't know what they did, but the artificialness of it's coming through more than anything. And it's not in a bad way, but it's in a distracting way. I got an idea. I'm not using seltzer water, but since this is already pretty watery, I'm going to add more water. I'd like to think diluting it a little bit will help. Because of that weird... I did use a little extra. Like it says 1.5 ounces. I used 2. I did not expect a big difference there, but... that is more agreeable. Watering it down helps. So with that in mind, I need to get some soda water. Water the hell out of this thing. The bitters feel about right now. I didn't notice any major change, but I'm just considering what I just did. And what's nice about adding all this sugar is it changes the look of it a little bit. So it almost even resembles that odd little when alcohol and water mix. Is that weird? I don't know what to call it. It's fascinating, whatever it is. Do that. Okay, yeah. Water this down. If you're thinking of drinking this, it is a substitute in the fashion of amount is important. And I used 2 ounces, and I feel like that might have been a mistake. I'm not going to measure out 1.5 ounces. But maybe I'll just do 1 ounce next time. Since my thing like goes one way. It's like 2 ounces or 1, and that's it. I could try to fill the 2 ounces like an ounce and a half up, but I'm not gonna. And unfortunately, there's no marker for that to begin with. No, it's just regular thing in there. So, 30 minutes in, we find out it's okay. I can't recommend it because I can recommend trying it. That's the thing. As a substitute, I don't particularly care for it. But I do feel like if I got soda water, maybe tweak the portions a little bit more, 1.5 ounces instead of 2. It's doing something to pretend there's an alcohol burn. It's not working. It's just a weird feeling. And again, I'm wondering what the hell they used to make that odd ashy thing. It's giving me a cedar chest thing, or maybe just, shoot, what the heck's the name of that? Incense. Sandalwood? Yeah, leaning towards sandalwood, as far as odd taste. Yeah, not terrible. What? It puts something in it that purposefully hangs out in the back of your throat. It makes me, I keep having to do that. And I don't know what the heck that could be. It's really weird. I suppose it's trying to mimic that feeling of alcohol. Like if you take a drink of alcohol, there is a little bit of a burn back there. As I recall, I really don't know anymore. But that's not fun. That's like phlegmy weirdness, and I don't like it. It's growing on me. And I think that's partially because I'm getting slowly towards the Luxardo cherries on the bottom. And I am going to enjoy those. It's been too long. And if this gives me a chance to use those Luxardo cherries, more power to it. Amber in it to give it that woody spice note. Yeah, like that's leaning into that. What an odd little beverage. I don't like they say the liquor replacement because it isn't. But it's worth a shot. Get it? Shot? Alcohol replacement? Ha 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 ha. Sorry. I say if you're up for like blowing 20 something odd dollars, which that was like 25 maybe, I don't remember. It wasn't a huge amount, but it was enough of a price for me to say, I'll try it when someone buys it for me. And Patrick Greener went, okay, that was that. I did more than just that. But anyway, or someone did. It wasn't him. No, anonymous donator. Sorry, I forgot. My mistake. Anyhow, I'm kind of glad to have it in the fact that I can tweak it. It's not something you're going to like it or hate it right away. It needs to be experimented with, especially in this regard. As I said, I'm going off the very, very strict idea of the main part of the drink is the whiskey. The sugar cube, that's another thing I could try, just that. But I'm pretty sure maple syrup works just as well, if not better. The bitters, Luxardo cherries. There's not a lot to this drink. And it is, of course, like I said, reliant on bourbon. I feel like this could be interesting in other types of cocktails. I can't think of anything right off the bat that is strictly bourbon. I'm thinking of bourbon when I have this. It's not Scotch. I hope they never try to do that. We have a whiskey alternative that's Irish and a whiskey alternative that's Scotch. Please don't. Please. Just the bourbon thing, fine. And so the smokier bits, I don't know. Like the maple syrup is what I put in there. It's not smoky at all. But whatever they put in there to make it seem that way, it's very weird. Mr. Great Shot, old fashioned. Yeah, I quit. I'm just going to drink myself to death. We are trying, the ritual whiskey alternative. They have other ones. I believe they have a gin. They don't have a vodka, weirdly enough. They have a gin. They have a tequila. And maybe they do have a vodka. That would be really stupid, though. So probably not. But they're at least a tequila and a gin. I know that. There might be one more. But you'd have to check the website. I put a link to the website down below if you want to check it out yourself. It's got some tasting notes here. Warm caramel, stone fruit, black peppercorn, prickly ash. Agreed. Toasted spices. That's broad statement. But yeah, they must have done something. They had like toasted ash on there, and I didn't realize that. And yeah, there's a weird ashy quality to it, but not in a great way. It feels like they were trying to go towards the idea of charred oak barrel by making it smoky, when that's not how it works. Have you ever had bourbon before? That's not it. Bourbon is like a candy treat. It hit my nose. Yeah, well, we all expected this to be kind of meh. And it is, but it also shows some small amounts of interest for me, simply because of what I can make out of it. I can make an old-fashioned, and if I tweak it just right, I can make it more of a cocktail like I normally would. If I get some soda water, that might change it up. Vary my amount of bitters to get that right. That's one where I'm never really sure how much bitters dashes to use. Tequila, rum, and gin. Okay, I knew I forgot one of them. Rum. I feel like they just make another sugary drink like this thing. I'm probably going to make another one of these tonight just to mess with it. I was going to use a different word there. You'd think they would drink side by side with real whiskey, but it's not that kind of thing. It's not a whiskey substitute as it replaces whiskey itself. It's a whiskey substitute as it replaces whiskey in a cocktail. Or a mocktail in this case. Making it a mocktail. There we go. Specifically, like the whole idea of it is making fake cocktails. So I'm trying it as such. I'm not going to go into it saying, I'm going to drink this neat and see if it stands up. No. That feels disingenuous to me. People are happy to do it. Go ahead. Drink it straight. Enjoy your regret. Yeah, best enjoyable in cocktails, substitute 1-to-1 for whiskey in a recipe. Yeah. Now, it's definitely not a whiskey replacement. It's an alternative. As in an alternative, so you can make a mocktail out of it. That's the really important part that I like. Because guess what? Me being a whiskey channel and strictly with like non-alcoholic beers, zero alcohol beers, I don't hate it because I get to find new interesting drinks to try that are more for public drinkage. Our music has me going now. But I miss this. Like, I miss being able to make an old-fashioned at home. So it's nice to see that I have something that could be an alternative to that. Even if it is weird. See my trick there? Hold the giant ice cube in place with your finger. That way it doesn't slam into your face. Yeah, it's growing on me. Again, it's still weird. It does have remnants of spices to it. Yes, that is in January, February, since I stopped in August. It's been 90-something odd days now, so that's 3 months-ish. So I got a couple more to go. I don't remember if we actually set up an appointment for that, so I should probably check in on that. 91 days since I had an actual sip of whiskey. Seems right to celebrate such a thing with fake whiskey. Alternative whiskey. Sorry, music's too loud for my sake. It does, unless you fuck it up real bad, kind of like I did. The liver should not start to scar up on itself possibly damage it for good. My own fault. I know. My own younger, non-medicated, depressed, angry, no future type of person that I was then. There was no like getting to this point. 30 wasn't a thing. Like I never expected to get to 30. It just wasn't in there to look toward the future and plan and stuff. It wasn't. It was just kind of cope with right now. Still is a little bit, but not as bad as it used to be. Just trying to get through things is all I can manage most of the time. Could be worse. Remember to smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Ooh, it's deeper than usual. Yeah, it's a nice pivot. Depressing stuff. Join the channel. Don't worry, I'm in a much better state than I was back then, but I did do damage to my liver, and I have to live with that. I have to live with the consequences. So far, so good. I still have a huge whiskey selection now. Let's point that out, and I get to share that still, which is what I was doing before, but I get to still do it. Now I get to share my advice on this weird stuff. Again, glad to have it. And I feel it's mostly about experimenting with the variety of things. What are some cocktails you guys know about that have whiskey in them specifically? This was the first one that came to mind to me. Again, I make this at home. Or I used to make this at home. If you don't think about it too much, it's not terrible. It's still not good. I would not say this is delicious. I would say it passable. Passable at best. And I feel like I could improve it. Whiskey sour, that is one that they do. That might help, actually, if there's a sourness to it, to get rid of this weird... Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, weird non-alcoholic beverage, for giving me my Luxardo back. Ugh. Wow. Manhattan old-fashioned, the most famous. Yeah, I tried Manhattans, but I think I was making them wrong. I know some of the ingredients for that need to be top-notch or else not great. I think that's the problem. I can buy like cheaper... Is it vermouth? What is it? Manhattans are like whiskey and something else. The word vermouth came to mind first. Whiskey sour, though. I'm curious about that. So will you be keeping an old-fashioned to use up Luxardos at least? Exactly. Main reason for doing this. I have a... Wait, hold on. You got to see it to believe it. Like, I'm talking about this, which I've had for a while. Vermouth. Vermouth is weird. Yeah, that's where I get concerned. Don't go anywhere. Oh, wait. I'm going to put the AFK BRB back just because I don't know where I put this. I think I know, but I don't want to be fumbling around without you seeing something and listening to some beautiful music. Don't go anywhere. Last place I looked, vermouth is used in a martini. You ready? I gotta move back to get it all on camera. So this is what I've been using for most of my Luxardo cherry stuff for quite a while. Well, you know, a can of it. And then recently, last July, we'll say, as a gift, certain someone saw this on my wish list. If you want to get anything on my wish list, it's still there. I don't know if I linked it down below, but it's still there. And this was on it, and they purchased it for me. And if you know anything about Luxardo cherries, you know this is absurd. Like, the amount of dollar value in this thing is ridiculous. So, for those who may have forgotten, this This is 6 pounds of Luxardo cherries. 6 pounds. And then I stopped drinking alcohol entirely. So now I have something that can help me get through these. I imagine there are other cocktails out there. Oh, I can't have this on the floor. Ugh. Knock this over. This is something I need to fill out for freaking doctors and blah, 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 blah. That's a lot of cherries, yeah. It felt pretty terrible how I got it in July. That is the rest of my life. Sorry, it's not over there. It's over there. That is the rest of my life with cherries right there. I never need to buy any more ever again. They do not expire. They're in the sugar substance. I haven't even used these in a while. They're perfectly fine. It's just what they're in is so... It's a good preservative. So I would say make your own decision on this one. Listen to me as far as whether I say it's okay or not. And I would say it's okay. It is not, again, a direct substitute for whiskey. Don't do that. You will regret it. But if you can figure out the ratios that work, and I'm curious to find out what that is, because once you find out what it is, you're good. Then you just make it the same way every time and you enjoy it. And it is something that if I weren't being so particular about it, because I'm doing it for this, I would eventually like start to not notice. Like I was just drinking it in a social situation. I wouldn't be thinking about the drink that much, and that would be for the best, but it wouldn't be terrible. I'd still be able to drink it and not be like, yeah. So it's fine. But it really does matter if you want to try this, if you want to go down this road, if you are interested in the idea of like, hey, I want to have a drink tonight, but I don't want to have the alcohol in my system. It messes with my sleep. I got stuff to do tomorrow, whatever. Like it says, if you got other things to do, if you don't want to have alcohol in your system for whatever reason, it works. But it isn't going to be a simple task of just, it works. It's like it works and you got to fiddle with it. And that's why I'm asking about other cocktails to make, mocktails even. Old-fashioned to use up large. Yeah, exactly. Blech. An old-fashioned, not a mocktail, an old-fashioned. It's alternative. I would like them to be more transparent about how they make it. Because I think people would be interested in that. I'm interested in that kind of thing. Because I want to know what they did and why they thought it would work. Because you don't make this thing off the cuff. They took some time to figure this out. Rob Smith, hello. Welcome. Where have you been? You missed the fun of me trying this weird stuff. Is it worth it? For what it is, yes. Is it a real, actual 100% whiskey replacement as neat? No. Clearly not. Obviously not. But as far as something you can use to make a fake cocktail, yeah, it'll do. It's just a matter of fiddling with it and getting the right percentages of what you want to make. I could even put the challenge out there, and I might do this. I'm on the Discord. I'm on the Whiskey Tribe Discord, and they have a section for or cocktails. So what I want to say is, like, hey guys, have you ever tried this? Would you be interested in this? What would you do to make a whiskey themed, like a whiskey centric cocktail, but make it a mocktail or an alt cocktail here? Alt tail? I don't know what to call it. Alt fashion. Because if those are the people who want to get ratio correct. I'm more of like type of person, as you saw. But if there are people out there who are very like, they make a cocktail very specifically and in just a way to give you the impression of, you know, this was made just for you, which is all you ever want from a drink. Not something that was slapdash together. You want something with some precision and expertise involved. Or at least I do. I don't know what you want. I do know that if I see someone making a cocktail in front of me, or an old-fashioned in particular, which I ask for first, if I'm going to get something like that, and I watch the bartender do it, then I know. It's not hard to do, but it's easy to mess up. And one of the best places I've seen There's been a few. And it was always because they did something fancy with it. Like they get the big cube of ice and they have some kind of press. I don't know exactly how it works. But I think it's just because it's heavy, maybe, or warm. But they put this rather heavy looking thing on top of it. And it's got a not a slogan. It's a mark. So it's like a logo of some sort. They put that on the ice cube and it does something to it to make the impression. And that's always really nice. And of course, if they give it a little more of a flourish, they put the drink in front of you and then like spin around the actual ice cube in there. And, it becomes a little art experiment. I am going to make another one of these. Not right now, obviously. But after the stream, we didn't hit the goal, so I can't have a bureau on stream. 10 $5 super chats are hard to get. And I'd rather that money actually go towards the GoFundMe. Again, 75% completed. 1 week left. I'm going to push it real hard for next week. So be ready. If you can help, please do. The more people talk about it on their own social media, the more traction it can get. I am the only one running it. I'm the only one promoting it. So everything else that other people do helps a lot. I'm even going to tell Mom and Papa KillCo to broadcast it a few more times because I know they have a wide range of friends and family who are going to want to help out. Simple as that. And hopefully we'll hit the goal. That's all I'm really looking at right now. And being at 75% is kind of a big... the finish line's right there. If we can make that, awesome. I don't know how far we got last year, but I'm not thinking about last year. I'm thinking about this year. Rabbit. Uh-oh. Pat Greeny, thank you for that super chat. Appreciate it. Or mega chat, or whatever that was. It was the rabbit. That's the mega chat. Super chats are the craziness. Good, because yeah. Thank you. If you guys can all have confidence in me, it being completed, and in me particularly having confidence in what I'm doing, that helps. I'm really confident in myself, and I feel I have such a huge ego these days. That's a lie. Stay tuned tonight, though. I am planning to go live and do some gaming stuff. If you would like to join me with that, please do. Patrick Greeny, again, thank you for the donation to the channel, and thank you for whatever that little bit of thing is that you're talking about there. Spiritless.com, product Kentucky 74 non-alcoholic bourbon. I am intrigued. Look forward to that. I'm just glad this one was so close. And again, thank you, Patrick Greeny, for donating the funds, or for your friend who was anonymous who donated the funds to get this. Yes. Yeah, it was like $30, maybe $35. I don't think it was $35. It was probably $25 to $30. But as I said, try it yourself. It is important for us as whiskey folk to explore other ways to enjoy things in the same scenarios as what we're used to, without alcohol being the main thing. Many of us have very likely thought, I love enjoying this stuff, but the alcohol, you can only enjoy it for so long. You can only have so much before it actually becomes a problem to your system. And in my case, it's not the whiskey that became a problem. It was the years of misusing alcohol to cope with my undiagnosed mental health issues. And I was using it as a coping mechanism, as a self-medication. Don't do that. See a therapist, talk to a psychologist, get the correct medication for yourself. A psychiatrist. See a psychologist to see if you need a psychiatrist so you don't self-medicate. Yeah. Then you can see a therapist. There we go. There was something missing. I still have to get a therapist, so I understand how difficult that can be. in these days. I have a feeling therapist appointments went up a lot recently. Just a thought. It seems that way. So what I'm going to do after the stream, I'm going to make another one of these. I'm only going to use 1 ounce. I'm going to decide if I want to add water. I'm going to put in 2 more Luxardo cherries. And I may up the bitters a little bit. So maybe 3 dashes of Angostura. Kind of low on this, actually. And 1 or 2 dashes of the orange. The orange can kind of be overpowering, but I'm realizing those bitters need to counteract this thing. And this thing is very a dominant flavor. It's weird. Like I thought I would cover it up with all the stuff I just used. No. The taste of it came through more than anything. And not necessarily in a good way. Blended from natural botanicals. Wish they told me which ones. That'd be nice to know. Oh well. I'm sure they'll spill the beans at some point. As the saying goes. Don't want to spill beans. It's not bad. It's not good. And I do have a time limit on this. I have to drink it all within 12 weeks. How long is 12 weeks? Like 3 months? 2 months? 2.5 months? So there's time. This will last me the next year. And it's not hard to make a bunch of old fashions or look into Manhattans. Although, again, the vermouth part is the weird part for me. I don't know if I'm going to like vermouth. I tried some kind of vermouth, and I don't think I liked it. 3 months. Thank you, Kathy. I had the rough estimate in my head. So that'll be good until, let's say, February. Ooh. Ugh. Ugh. I'm thinking of using this stuff in like a hot toddy, almost. I don't know if it would work very well. I'm worried that warming it up would make it worse. But that's a thought. Hot toddies. I should have thought of that one earlier, but I didn't. Another one that's very whiskey-centric, though. That'll require some finagling. The main thing to come away from this is, though it works as a substitute to fake the drink you have, it does need more finagling, and I think you have to dose it a little harder than you'd think because it's so aggressive in what comes through. Very proprietary and do not want to disclose it. Oh, they already bought it? Oh, that's hilarious. Ritual was bought by Diageo, which has a reputation for not being transparent. Mother... Diageo! Sorry. Yeah, that's... There's some crazy stuff going on in the industry world these days. Like, not just whiskey. Like, big companies are like, I want that. Small thing that's doing something. I got it. They bought Balcones, didn't they? It's a massive distillery in Texas. One of the biggest ones, at least. Wild. All right. Well, I will enjoy another one of these. I will hopefully get the proportions a little better. And, of course, I still have this giant ice cube. That's the real... It's still there. I think I can add one more ice cube to it. And now it works just fine. I'm glad we tried this. I'm glad it was not terrible. That was my main concern. I knew it wasn't going to be fantastic. That was instantly like, duh. Even to not be a skeptic about things, you don't go into something like this being like, it'll be the same. They would kill it. They might. Yeah, hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully something like this will expand. We've talked about it. Non-alcoholic options are... That exists now, you know? It's there. It's kind of coming into its own thing, much like many other things in the whiskey industry. And same goes for the beer. Maybe I'll have a beero after this. I'll try to stream tonight. Do a gaming stream. Stay tuned. If you're not going to be up late, well, don't worry about it. But for now... And I've said it. I thought I was going to get right on. There we go. For now, as always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome, and I will see you out there. Special thanks to my YouTube members and patrons for supporting the channel. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.